Moving along.
You mean your figure?
Other leaks.
Whichever.
Other leaks from this
leak
week.
all over.
Was the CODAW.
The
We had COD Blops, now we've got CODAW.
Well, it's not a leak now.
It's official now.
Official now.
Yeah,
Call
and
of Duty was a leak at the time.
What a good contrast. Like, this thing leaked, and like, what's the next day?
4 days.
And 4 days later, they're like, fuck it!
Here's
the
trailer!
Well, some leaks are not leaks at all. They're like, let's make it a leak.
Well, because they had
This was a leak.
They had the
because the footage was super low quality, and
they had the Kevin Spacey like just his voice thing officially up.
Yeah.
But then at midnight was just the full fucking trailer.
They also were just starting to put out Vice things.
Right, yeah, the
build up to
documentaries
it.
on
PMCs.
PMCs.
I
Call of Duty Advanced Warfare.
Advanced Warfare.
Yes,
Right.
not modern anymore.
Not
Advanced.
Warfighter.
Nope.
Not Advanced Wars.
That's what I thought it was. But I watched that trailer and I was like, that looks pretty hype.
Okay, so
Yeah.
like first things
Looks
first.
a lot better, yeah.
Wow.
Sledgehammer.
because super jumps and
It's Sledgehammer doing this?
and
the first
fucking
one, yeah.
hover
By
bikes.
themselves.
Okay. 'Cause-
Super jumps, hover bikes, wall climbing.
Let's all remember that Sledgehammer is headed up by Glenn Schofield, the creative brain behind Dead Space 1,
Yeah.
which is pretty good.
And I just finished off House of Cards, so I'm in that spacey
I know
mood.
you
in the
totally
spacey
be in
zone.
there.
You know, I'm right in there, and I'm fucking watching this like, oh my god, I am carrying an uncomfortable amount about what I see right here.
A lot
Well,
of
I mean,
people
again,
like,
they've
do you
had-
think Titanfall really made them design it like this? Because it's pretty. I don't think the time frame works at all.
Yeah, it doesn't. I don't think
like
it works.
Titanfall was only
It's not-
actually revealed last year.
No, I think it's way more likely that going into this generation, everybody just kind of sat down. It's like, well, we burned World War
burned the
II.
modern
Yeah.
time.
We burned the modern time.
Future, yeah.
We gotta go future. And Black Ops 2 like already took a baby step towards
Yeah,
that future.
totally.
And I mean, you know, in this case, they clearly just sat down and went, look, yes, everyone else has done this, we're just going to try and do it good.
Yeah, and remember, now that they've given, they have the 3 Call of Duty teams
Yeah.
now,
Yeah.
these games will actually get development cycles.
They're gonna get better, for
But, like,
sure.
what is the fucked
interesting.
up cycle going to be now? It's like, okay,
Sledgehammer?
now... So, because, hold on, because now the Treyarch's no longer the bad one.
Treyarch's
right?
now the good one.
And Infinity War is the
The
bad
shit
one,
one.
and it used to be the other way, but now you throw in Sledgehammer, and so you're going to get one off year and
Yeah.
2 good years?
and it's
But now Infinity Ward's will have 3 years
what?
to not fuck up. So
And
who knows?
it's
and they
really-
just got merged with
it's
Harmonic.
really, really
not
weird
Harmonic,
because,
Neversoft.
Neversoft.
Yeah, you see that? Neversoft doesn't exist anymore.
Oh.
Wow.
It's now Infinity
Now they're
Ward.
merged into Infinity Ward, and now they're just Infinity Ward.
It's really bizarre because the games have these changes that, like, because the way they're developed and because the team's like little inner rivalry,
Yeah.
there are things that they change because they're like, no, fuck those guys.
Yeah.
So like all the Treyarch games have the zombie mode in them.
That's their
and none of the other ones do because they're like, no, fuck, we don't need zombies.
And,
shit.
yeah.
and Ghost has that alien extinction mode.
Yeah, instead. And the weirder one is that in the Infinity War games, you have a slide, and in the Treyarch games, you have a dolphin dive.
Yeah.
And it completely changes the game,
Every time.
and no one can agree. Like, they can't agree on, like, what they want to do and the way that unlocks... Like, the game's unlocks change every time.
Forcing them to agree.
I know, but...
Like, they're allowed to go
But that's
their own
good,
way,
because it
and
really makes
they're
the
being
series
left
different.
to it.
It just...
Realistically, you can only actually do a dolphin dive. The slide doesn't work on like heavy granite with like crumbling crap.
It doesn't, but I don't think that's the point.
How do I put
baseball
this?
sliding on concrete.
It doesn't feel like, say, these games are part of one series. It feels like they're part of 2 parallel series that happen to be the same thing.
Yeah.
Like if Doom and Heretic kept coming out with sequels.
Yeah.
In an alternate world, they would be competition.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But now there's a third one.
Which is only good for them.
So
Yeah.
it's probably going to be good for us. So it remains to see whether or not like Ghosts 2 or whatever the fuck Infinity War puts out is also garbage.
Okay, so wait, hold on. Did you guys? Because Matt, you just explained it as well. You saw the trailer, and you were, and same thing as me. I was like, oh, okay, this is interesting. Did you guys have that same sentiment as well?
I didn't even watch the trailer.
You didn't see it? Okay.
No.
Did you
Remember,
watch
it was the armor design that sold me.
Okay, on the first screenshot,
Yeah.
right? does that make us? Are we that shallow?
Yes.
Is that you know what I mean?
The answer is yes.
No,
Are we
a
so
change
fucking
of setting.
kiddie cool? You know, and
a change
that's
of
all it
setting
takes.
is a big deal.
Take any game and remove all the assets from it and just great characters.
But it's not so much the setting.
That was Call of Duty, and now they put a good skin on it.
But like we, as the guys that are going like, oh, brown shooters, you know what I mean?
It's not brown anymore.
It's not. It's not. But like that detail and a couple of other like aesthetic tech things that are like they had tech already, like you said, close to
Black Ops 2 had
futuristic,
some stuff,
but not fully embracing
Not really.
future.
It was near future.
Yeah. So now that we go full future, that's the difference between no and yes. That's the off to on switch.
going from like
Because I feel
Hold on.
inside.
Hold
I'm
on.
just questioning.
Here's
you know?
how it goes. Okay, when we had World War II, fucking everything.
Yep.
When Call of Duty 4 was announced and
it was the
shown,
savior, yeah.
everybody went, "That looks great." Even people that don't care about first-person shooters, they're like, "That looks like an awesome change of pace. There's
Yeah.
cool new stuff."
Yeah.
And we are now here again,
Yeah.
where it is just like. And this one was way worse than World War II ever got with the modern military stuff. Especially because it's not even a different thing.
It's also way
now.
more successful than World War II was.
Right, yeah,
and
of
then
course.
more companies did more games.
Because the modern military thing, it wasn't just reflected in the games, it was also reflected in TV and movies.
Yeah.
And all that.
Yes,
we just saw it everywhere. And
It
couldn't
was
get away from
everywhere.
it.
It was so boring now.
and
But now the future can be different.
And Liam and I were at work, like talking about how, like, everyone can feel that a change of setting has to occur. And what if it was going to be World War I instead?
Yeah.
World
And
War
just-
I would be terrible.
that
But dude, just
rumor.
the
Yeah.
balls that they'd have to have, like, what? You get 2 shots.
You would
and
have
a fucking
balls.
musket.
You would have balls, but they would not be the
Wait,
smartest
Woolie.
balls you could have.
Really? They didn't have muskets in the
swords.
1910s?
It's swords still. And
But were they not marching the line and they
Yeah,
did not
but
have.
not muskets.
Okay, what were
had
they
bolt
using?
action rifles like the K98 or the Mosin Nagant.
How many
still
shots
had
could you get out of
swords.
that?
You'd get a clip of 5 and you'd reload it like a. They were basically sniper rifles with no scopes.
Okay. But you know what? I'm coming from the place where they still had cavalry.
Yeah.
So I bet you there were dudes with muskets.
You ever see that video of the cavalry fighting the tanks?
No.
Didn't go well.
That shit's brutal.
It's like, guess who wins?
Now the fact that you said video is already throwing me off because that makes no sense.
Yeah, well.
But like
it's a picture phone.
So yes, they had those.
It's bad quality.
They had the Mosinagans and so on,
Yeah.
but there were dudes with muskets.
No.
Probably.
No. Muskets are like the 1700s.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I don't know shit about
Pirate
guys.
shit, yeah,
You
okay.
guys
Alright.
keep saying the setting is important, but when I watch a trailer, it's like Black Ops 2 had a different setting, but I was still like, yeah. But this clearly has dudes are doing super jumps and there's actual gameplay.
See, what I would say there is that Black Ops 2 didn't use its setting very well.
Okay, fair enough.
What I
Now,
want to
now,
say
in a
about
World War One-
setting is the setting's the fucking same again, but the characters and what they can do is super different, and that looks fun.
Yeah.
Like the hover bikes.
Yeah,
They were fucking hover
I said
bikes.
hover bikes, wall climbing,
Yeah.
super jumps,
Also, the
and
word-
super jump kicks.
The word PMC was thrown around a lot. When
Yeah.
Everywhere.
When you throw around PMC, like I can't help but think of Metal Gear, which makes me want to play your game, but just a little bit more than if you didn't
Everybody.
use it.
Kevin Spacey's character's name is compelling. Jonathan Irons.
Yeah, sure.
Like, come on. As the manager of a PMC, that's such a good,
But
stupid American name.
Yeah.
future setting is
Democracy.
perfect.
Yeah.
Because World War II always meant World War II.
Yeah.
Modern military always meant a very specific year of modern military from like 2000 to
Yeah.
2010.
Yeah.
Future can be anything
Yeah.
from 10 years from now, like Black Ops 2, to on into
Destiny.
fucking
Like,
space
yeah,
with Destiny.
yeah.
Right.
Like with monsters and aliens and shit.
Yeah, you can go to infinity and beyond, literally.
Yeah. Oh.
Um,
Jinx?
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
weird.
they're gonna download the DLC that's got Buzz Lightyear in it.
Yeah.
But we're running as far as the past goes. We're running out of American conflicts.
Yeah.
you know, there's what is
You
not
can
been
only go
touched.
The War
so
of
far back
1812.
until you get guns that suck shit.
Yeah.
Oh, my gun didn't shoot. Oh, it's all right.
Unless you do the time splitters thing, where it's like, nah, it's magic guns.
Yeah.
Or you do what Sledgehammer was originally going to work on,
which is
it turns out that the game that got canceled was originally a Vietnam War shooter.
I read that too.
And it was going to cover
Didn't Black Ops 1 heavily do Vietnam?
Yes, it did.
It did.
Okay.
The Secret War in Cambodia was going to be the main central stage for that game.
Oh wow!
And apparently they had some 15 minutes of gameplay that they made over the course of 8 months or so before it got pulled in. But there was, quote unquote, some interesting, unique things that this game had that others didn't.
Battlefield Vietnam was interesting and unique.
Magic of Vietnam was the best.
You had helicopters.
Yeah, I mean, maybe the soundtrack would have been the most interesting thing going on there.
That's always the case with the Vietnam games.
Yeah, no, you have to play those certain tracks.
Yeah.
The Vietnam games are always weird because it's the only modern conflict that is like really morally ambiguous.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like it's easy to shoot Nazis, it's easy to shoot Russian nationalists and terrorists, it's easy to shoot aliens.
Especially aliens.
It's a little weirder to shoot the communist Viet Cong army that's defending their country after imperialist French occupation.
Yeah, it's a little weird, but hey.
It's law.
Hey, it sells, so whatever.
But it's
No, it doesn't.
But
Vietnam games sell for shit.
Oh, awesome.
I was going to say,
Great.
but it's a lot easier when you're
Stop
listening to
talking
CCW, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's right.
But like, so I think at the time though, like back before we were talking about the original game that got canceled. Shangheist was the. Am I finding
No,
that out?
Shanghai's Blackhorn.
Shit, you're right. Sorry.
Are now doing
Yeah,
Gears
yeah,
of
yeah.
War forever.
Yay.
Black Tusk.
Black Tusk.
Black
yeah.
Tusk.
Blackhorn.
Right,
Which is what I wish they were making. I wish they were, whenever I see the word Black Tusk, I always mistake it to mean this is the code name or the name of the game they're making. Because it sounds like an awesome game
that's a cool-
name.
and those are
Think
cool
of like
words.
a fantasy game.
Those are
Exactly.
cool words when you put them together.
They'll make Gears of War for the remainder of this generation, and then that'll get passed off to somebody else, and
they'll
then
get
Black
shut down.
Tusk will be making Connect 3 games forever.
Yeah, when I first heard Black Tusk, I was like, oh, they're going to make like a Zelda game, but from Microsoft.
No, I was thinking of a Tusk
And now they're
character
making
action
Gears.
game.
Sure. Black Tusk. What?
Yeah,
You know?
I don't know.
But no, they said part of what was going to make that Vietnam game compelling was there was a lot of like tunnel play.
Sure.
Because there's underground
okay.
tunnels that were
Yeah.
used as part of it. And that created a lot of Dead Space sort of moments that you could
Okay,
get from
that makes sense.
the
That
underground
totally
battles.
makes sense.
Also landmines.
Yeah, landmines are bad.
All kinds of bullshit.
They blow your legs off.
That is interesting.
Both of them.
Yeah.
At once. They're still there, too.
Point away from face.
Yeah.
Front towards enemy.
Yeah.